Hey guys, Alex here, Alex456 on Xbox, JSign456 on PlayStation. How are you guys doing? I promised you guys an overview of a level 32 Titan in full raid gear, and so here I am in the Destiny Tower, and I'm going to give you an overview of my armor. So here, I'm going to pull up the screen so you can see. Right now I'm wearing the no shader option, so basically you could tell it's very it's very interesting color, actually close to Hive, but not exactly Hive colors. Hive colors tend to have very dark brown armor, but you can kind of see where the influence is, from the Hive in the game. And I tend to think that the Titan looks a lot more like Hive Knight. I mean, he has the build and the bulk of a Knight. He has a very similar shoulder, the armor itself actually looks pretty gruesome. I mean, it kind of evil looking. You could tell by the helmet, it's pretty evil looking. And overall, I think it kind of goes really well together. So let me show you what it looks like with a couple of different shaders here. This is cryptographic shader. This is you get from defeating Crota. And you can see that I think this is a little bit more closer to what a Hive might look like. It's a little bit shinier, it's a little bit darker, and you can't really tell because I can't really zoom in, but there's a bit of a texture to the color. So it kind of looks like you have Hive skin on you rather than just, some very smooth looking surface. And finally, this is what it looks like with the sunsetting shader on. And the sunsetting shader you get for reaching Crota's Bane rank 4. I think this just looks really, really gorgeous. It really stands out, like pure black armor with really, really sharp orange highlights, and I think it just really, really makes this armor stand out. And there's something else, it kind of almost reminds me of Batman. It looks like almost that you have a bat symbol on your chest, and I think that's actually kind of funny, but this color actually really draws a lot of attention. So this is the armor. That's what it looks like with different shaders. Let's take a look at the individual armor pieces. Let's start with the helmet, Willbreaker's Watch. So the helmet itself, like I said, it looks pretty gruesome, but kind of cool at the same time. It comes with increased melee attack speed option, and this perk here is going to be random. Depending on what kind of drop you get. I had innervation, so basically a grenade cooldown every time I pick up an orb of light, but you could have something like inverse shadow here or something else. It really depends on the kind of drop you get. It's really random. This perk will always be there, the moment of power, and you get an increase to weapon damage while the giant sun is up. Like if someone dies while they're fighting Crota, the sun will come up, and that'll actually give you a little bit more weapon damage, so you can fight that thing off, so that the whole team doesn't die. It's actually very helpful. So that's the helmet. Yeah, here's the Willbreaker's Fists. And again, there's some random elements here. I mean, you're always going to have the special weapon loader option here, and this perk is going to be random. Rain Blows is what I got on mine, but it could be something like increased grenade throw distance or even something else. And you'll always have the Hive Destroyer perk. Killing Hive with grenade ability has a chance to spawn an orb. Actually, I think this perk is also random, so you're gonna get quite a bit of different armor types here, depending on what kind of drop you get from Crota's End. And I've gotten different types of arms, different types of helmets, and different types of chests. And I mean, these perks, they kind of randomized a little bit. The chest, from what I can understand from this chest, is that you'll always have the fusion rifle ammo perk on it. I have seen, I already got 2 pieces of armor and they both had fusion rifle. I don't really know if it could be anything else, but from what I've seen, you always have fusion rifle, and the first one is always random. Like I have scout rifle on one, I have pulse rifle on the other, and I think it's just randomized here. Also, you'll get Moment of Speed perk, so you can reload your weapons faster while the giant sun is active during the Crota fight. So that's very helpful, especially if you're, you know, if you like to use a lot of machine guns. Having that little bit of extra speed on reload, that's very helpful. And finally, we have Willbreaker's Greaves. There's really nothing special about these legs, except for the fact that you get a boost in speed when you're carrying the sword of a sword bearer. So I mean that applies to, you know, any sword you're carrying. It could be a blade of Crota on Earth or the Moon, or it could even be one of the swords inside the raid while you're playing. You still get that movement speed, and you also get heavy weapon ammo. So everything else here is, you know, there's really nothing randomized here. You're always going to get movement speed, and you're always going to get heavy weapon ammo. So that's the full set of raid gear. You know, you can see, you know, everything meshes together, but you don't really have a lot of control over the kind of perks you'll get. You have no control over whether or not there's going to be scout rifles or pulse rifles or auto rifles or something else. You have no control over whether you have increased melee attack speed on your arms or increased grenade throw distance. You have no control over whether you have you know, a perk that reduces your grenade cooldown when you pick up an orb, or if you have an inverse shadow that allows you to replenish your super energy when you kill minions of the darkness, which by the way is one of the best ones to have on a helmet if you can get it. You have no control over these things, and that kind of makes the armor a little bit more interesting, because you have to make a decision about which piece of armor you want to upgrade. Radiant shards are kind of hard to get this time around, and these armors, you know, I mean, there's so much variation there. You have to make a decision about what you want to upgrade based on the kind of character you want to build. And I kind of cut corners a little bit. I upgraded, you know, as many of the first pieces as I could in my quest to get to level 32, because I really wanted to hit level 32. But at the same time, you know, I like to have more discipline and strength than intellect, and unfortunately, you know, the kind of drops that I got for the armor in the raid, it just wasn't possible to build the kind of character that I really wanted. But aside from that, I think visually, from an aesthetic standpoint, it is a really nice looking set of armor. It does require, the full set requires 84 radiant shards to upgrade fully. You know, if you have one exotic piece of armor, then you only need 63 radiant shards to upgrade your character. So, you know, I kind of spent some extra shards here, but you know, all for the sake of you know, looking good, and you know, I think this kind of delivers on that. I mean, like I said, it does look very evil. I'm not sure that, you know, I like that you know, the helmet. It kind of makes me look pretty darn evil, but it does look kind of cool, and it kind of makes you look a little bit like Batman in a way, and it does attract a lot of attention. So roaming around like this, you're probably gonna, you know, catch a lot of eyes, and people are gonna start sending you messages and start pointing fingers at you. So that's a really quick overview of what a level 32 Titan looks like in full Crota raid armor. I'll be posting another video later on. I'm going to be comparing the Crota raid armor to the Vault of Glass raid armor, which I think also looks really beautiful. So stay tuned for that. I also have some other videos coming up, and you'll see them on my channel soon as they're uploaded. Thanks for watching.